The Antioch co-owner that I spoke with says that break-ins just like this one are costing them big time at a point when all dollars matter. So I asked, what's next for a proposed police precinct that some say cannot be delayed any longer? Broken glass shattered across Antioch's newly opened Donut Time shop early Friday morning.
There's broken glass here on the door. It was shattered. It was completely shattered. There was no glass. Like, it was all over the place.
Co-owner Joanna Mean sharing this surveillance video of the crook cracking the cash register to grab $200. Would you still encourage people to come to this area to open a business if they're a first-time business owner?
I do encourage other business owners. We have to change this as a community. You know, like, we have to support each other.
More than 5 years ago, the city purchased the old Kmart and Food Line grocery site on Murfreesboro Road. The 25-acre property came with proposed plans of an Antioch police precinct.
When I leave here every night, there's Metro out patrolling.
But some business and homeowners believe that's not enough. Tonight, they're wondering what happened to plans for a 9th police precinct. Fox 17 News reached out to Metro Police asking if any progress is being made on a Southeast Nashville police station. We're waiting to learn more.
Having other good businesses come in, you know, we can stop this.
As Fox 17 News pushes for precinct updates, Mean continues to greet customers showing their support for Donut Time.
And then I have 3 regular glaze left. They help us sell out today. You know, like that warms my heart.
A costly crime that won't keep Mean's family from encouraging others to bring their business to Southeast Nashville.
We appreciate you so much. Thank you.
The donut shop says they're going to be back up and running tomorrow to serve customers starting at 5 a.m. tomorrow. They're not going to let this type of crime stop them from serving their customers.
Could these teachers be replaced?
So the answer is no.
Commissioner Penny Schwinn says art and music teachers will not lose their jobs to a third party like a nonprofit to teach their curriculum. But she says school districts would have the flexibility to bring in a third party to add to their curriculum.
It doesn't replace a credentialed teacher in a classroom. You could imagine a school that might have an arts emphasis in their programming and would want to use additional funding to expand an art program. That is absolutely possible.
But J.C. Bowman, CEO of Professional Educators of Tennessee, says the recorded funding meeting with Commissioner Schwinn from last week speaks differently.
They wouldn't necessarily have to employ an art teacher.
That's right.
They could provide the art curriculum by partnering with a third party. That
is 100% accurate. It's a funding plan, not a spending plan.
Bowman says how she responded today changed.
Yes, certainly it seems to be a change in the tone a little bit, and she seems to be backstepping that conversation.
Regardless, Bowman adds if a school district hires a third party to teach an after-school program or a summer camp, like Schwinn said, then that's taking away that job opportunity from a teacher.
Extra $200 or $300 a month is what literally feeds them and keeps food on their table. So they do take these jobs.
And it adds safety concerns.
Teacher doesn't just have access to their classroom. They can get into the whole school system.
And Bowman says if someone outsourced gets access to this, it can cause a lot of problems.
Superintendents are wearing too many hats and their jobs have become too political.
Dr. Connie Smith became interim superintendent for Fayette County Schools in West Tennessee in June of 2020. Smith had been a superintendent for another school district, but she said the job role completely changed.
It's been a 24/7, but it was even more so this time. And people are burning out.
Smith explains especially in the beginning of the pandemic when everything was uncertain and there was a new problem every day.
The State Department was learning. They were trying to be helpful, but they were learning just like we were. And they weren't boots on the ground like we were. So they didn't really know the problems we were facing.
We reached out to the State Department of Education to see if they're doing anything currently to help keep superintendents in their roles, but we have not heard back yet. But two leaders with the educational group Ray and Associates say there needs to be significant changes.
Superintendent can't focus on his or her duties. Because when I'm calling them to set up interviews, they're actually, oh, I'm sorry, I'm subbing in a science class. I'm sorry, I'm driving a bus.
You're going to find more inserted quicker and earlier with in some cases less experience than would have been the case prior.
Smith adds it took months to find someone to fill the full-time role. She says a superintendent is not a popular job because of how political it's become.
And you have to make these decisions about mask or no masks. You have to virtual or non-virtual, and you just can't please everybody. In fact, most of the times you can't please anybody.
And now the liability with people's health.
The State Department of Education told us there's no data for superintendents, but an education group told us that there are multiple openings across the state for superintendents.